everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing my guide for Bioshock 2 on hard difficulty without using any Vita-Chambers. Today is episode 2 and we're doing the Atlantic Express Depot. We just got done with doing the Adonis Luxury Resort. And this will probably be the first technical, actual, real level. And I mean, because the other one was more of like a training ground for how to use plasmids, how to shoot guns and shit like that. As with this one is more of like an actual, hey, I'm going to throw you into like a group of enemies and I expect you to fight them. So that's pretty much how it works out. And this is the first time we actually get the auto-hacking tool, which, well, when I say auto-hacking, I mean like it's just a hacking tool. You can actually have auto-hacks with it. It's great. Especially in this game when you can just basically hack things from like tons of feet away. And I was about to say something stupid like, man, there's really no point, because, you know, you didn't really need that in Bioshock 1. You didn't have very many, like, far-away things to hack. But no, you kind of did. I mean, if you think about it, you can hack a camera and you can hack a security bot from miles away, it feels like. So that actually does kind of come in handy when it comes to those kinds of particular fights, especially when you're trying to set up, like, a fight before you get into a major battle. The good thing is they give you an Autobot. They give you a security bot in the very beginning of this section, so that way you can use that to your advantage. Also, this should go without saying, but try to go for headshots. I start actually doing those more often in levels like 3 and 4, when I start to learn that headshots do almost instant-kill damage. And, well, when it comes to like Thuggish Sweats, I think it does like an instant-kill, but I think when it comes to Lighthead, it takes a few shots, but it does some considerably, massive amounts of damage. Even for hard mode, it's surprising. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this level. I do not like, especially the first part. I don't like the first part of this level. I think I explored everything around the train, or the, this little station thing right here, the best I could, best of my ability. And there's not really much here in the very first part. It actually looks almost like the area we're coming up to pretty soon. Like, they look almost similar. It's retarded. And that's why I think I don't like this level 4, because I get these things mixed up. If you happen to miss anything in this area particularly, you're fucked. Because if you go on ahead into this red room here, it's over. You're going to have to deal with all this shit. You don't die there. You can't die there, actually. So if you start, you know, taking burn damage, if you start taking damage from gunfire, you won't be able to die. I assure you. Ooh, man, I'm running out of breath already. After that, a little sequence, you do get healed up. So the game's not just going to throw you out in the, you know, wilderness and be like, here you go, you got fucked, sorry. No, it's not going to do that. Thankfully, it doesn't. I'm so glad it doesn't just say, hey, screw you, who cares? So now, we're heading into the next section, and there's going to be a lot more security in this little area. This is where they're going to start teaching you how to utilize your surroundings a little bit more, especially when we get to the point when we'll have propane tanks to shoot off, and then take out enemies using that. Of course, I'm just assuming that you guys already played the game, but, of course, like anybody else, you can play the game on hard first thing if you really wanted to. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to, because there's nothing to unlock here besides just beating them. All the modes are unlocked, unlike with Bioshock Infinite, where you have to beat the game once to unlock 1999 mode. I think it's either beat the game once in general, or it's beat the game on hard. It's one of those two. Now, when you first get telekinesis, there's no reason to train for it at all. I think they give you like chips and shit eventually, but more than likely you're probably gonna have everything in here, so it's no biggie. You don't really need to hack the security camera if you don't want to. You can shoot it down. I hacked it just so I can get rid of that other guy and just not waste ammo. That's the benefit of Bioshock, is being able to hack things and utilize them to your advantage and full effect to waste enemies. And it's just, especially in group attacks, when they start to ambush you and shit, when you have the opportunity to actually grab a security camera or just anything in general and use that. And you'll see that I use that way more often in this game than I did the first one. Because like in the first game, you don't really need to ever really technically hack a lot of stuff. And there's even a section when Andrew Ryan sends out like a shit ton of other like little security bots on your ass, and you have to fight them all off too. And that part itself is not that hard. You can just hack one and have him defend you for a little while, you know? Or you don't have to. You can run away and shut him down. That's the glory, I think, I find in Bioshock, is just the amount of crazy shit that you can do in the game. It's absurd sometimes. And especially when it comes to Bioshock 2, when they start to upgrade some of that stuff. Like, you'll notice when I get Telekinesis 3 later on in the video, or later on in the game, which it's surprising because that's the first time you can ever upgrade Telekinesis. I'm going to start doing the same thing I did with the first game where I upgrade instantly to level 3, if I have the option to. So I think this one actually does the same thing where you can just buy it straight out, I hope. If not, then I'll just go to level 2 and then level 3. Now, Telekinesis level 3 is not useful, really. Barely. I mean, all it does really is you can pick up human people, like, not just dead bodies, but actually physically living people. Which is weird because, like, in the first game, you couldn't do that. You couldn't upgrade Telekinesis to do that. And then all of a sudden, in this game, you can. It's just odd. And they even took out Telekinesis in Bioshock Infinite. I was so hoping for that, dude. That's that's one of my favorite powers of the entire game, is Telekinesis. And you guys could totally tell, like, back in, like, Bioshock 1 and this game, I'm going to be using Telekinesis on my hand all the fucking time. Like, for some reason, it's the most useful, and it's the plasmid I most facilitate myself with using. Is just that fucking plasmid. I just find it the most useful, and just all around just great, I guess. You can pick shit up from, like, far away. Like, who wouldn't want that? You can even pick up propane tanks and throw them at people. That's like a staple to me. That's a staple in this game to me, is being able to just throw shit. I don't know why. It's just great. It's great. So, when you come in this room, you won't be instantly attacked, but once you go through this area right here, and you can eat some things if you want. I save a few of them just in case. You never know when you're going to get hit, right? If you come into this room, that's when it's going to activate a couple of splicers coming out to get you. I think it's like 1 or 2. It's a very minimal amount of splicers we have to deal with. Luckily for us, there's propane tanks around here that we can use to our advantage. Or, well, looks like gasoline barrels, I think. I can't tell what they are. They look like either gasoline barrels or propane tanks. Well, not propane tanks like actual propane, but they look like gas tanks. I always call them propane. I don't know why. Probably because I like propane and propane accessories, right? So, oddly enough, none of this shit actually gave me any Eve. I'm surprised. Well, it didn't look like it did. That sucks fast. And back to, real fast, back to this level being the first level. Since it's technically the first actual legit real level, we don't have any sisters to deal with. We don't have any big sisters to deal with, and we don't have any little sisters to deal with. As you know, if you played this game already, or if you haven't, every time you take out all the little sisters, whether you harvest or rescue, whatever the case may be, doesn't matter, you will end up fighting a big sister. And they give you a crazy amount of shit for it. You get a shit ton of money, you get, I think you can get Adam from them too. I don't recall, you might be able to, I always just click through that shit and just grab it, you know, grab and go. But we'll see when we get to that point in the next area. Because that's going to be the first time we're going to actually deal with a big sister. Because I think we're forced to anyway. We don't have an option there. There's a lot of forced moments when you have to fight a big sister and it sucks. They're not... The first one is the hardest. Like I said, the first one's the hardest one to deal with for some reason. And then after that, they kind of become pretty easy to deal with. Because at that point, you already have plenty of fucking plasmids on your belt. So, you're really not missing out on much. I don't even know if you can actually miss out on... No, you can't miss out on Electroshock. You're forced to get that. I don't know if you can miss out on Telekinesis or not. You might be able to skip that one. I guess if you were doing like a no upgrade, no plasmid run, then you probably could do that. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Like a no, just wrench only, like nothing else. Or just hell, like don't even do any damage to anybody. Well, no, you're gonna have to, because there are sections in Bioshock 1, especially 2, where you have to kill everybody. Yeah, so I guess at that point it'd be like melee only, or in Bioshock 2 it'd be like drill only, no plasmid. Damage is impossible. I mean, taking no damage in Bioshock, or just any shooter in general, is just... That's a feat in itself, like, I could not fucking do. Oh, another thing that really bugs me in this game is whenever you actually get the blue hack for something, they always come up and tell you what it does. It's like, yeah, I already fucking know. Why am I doing it for? That's exactly why I'm doing it, because I already know what the hell's going on. So right here, I took some damage, and I just, you know, wasted a first aid and wasted a eat. So I just went back, bought him, and that was that. I want to try to go for the big spender trophy, which I think I ended up getting anyway. So we're all good. We all good. This part right here, just to hack all the security shit. And if you ever see any like propane laying around, just grab that and just go. You can of course hack the health stations, but I just break this one here just so nobody uses it. I don't really need to use it, but just in case they try, then there you go. Yeah, you see it right there. I think I might have got a headshot, and it actually ended up killing them in one shot. So it should be pretty obvious and common sense at this point to go for headshots because they deal a lot more damage. But for some reason in this game, I feel like they just do massive amounts of damage, like instant kill. And I love that. I love the game for that. It rewards the risk, and I'm glad that it does. Because there's not a lot of games nowadays that even do that. Like, most games just hold your hand, which I've been doing with Chain of Memories. It's just playing on beginner like a pussy. But hey, you know, hey, fuck you, alright? I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to beat the game. Let's play it, and that's all. So, yeah. So that part's over with. And now we're going to get into this section here where we have to deal with trap bolts. And I don't think... This shouldn't be... No, I don't think this is the level I'm thinking of. I don't... Okay. Yeah. This is the first time we're introduced to trap bolts, which are going to become extremely handy. The best part about trap bolts is they're kind of like trap bolts back in Bioshock 1, where on the crossbow you could shoot them down, like the electro bolts or just any bolt in general, and you could have the chance to pick them up. Trap bolts are definite. If you shoot down a trap bolt, you can pick it up at any time you want until it gets, you know, shut up. Like, until somebody runs into it and basically triggers it, you can pick them up whenever the hell you want, and it's great. So you're going to notice me using those a lot, especially on Big Daddies. I don't know why I use them on Big Daddies, even though they're not really that effective. I just like watching the damage, just watch the trap bolts all just go off at once and just fucking hit him. I don't ever lay him down on them. I just shoot it at him. I shoot at the Big Daddies. I'm just like, fuck you. The best part is you can actually walk through trap bolts and not get hit by them. I'm glad that they actually did that. So right there, I picked up a barrel and just threw it at her. You don't need to. You can easily take these thugs out with pretty much your drill. That's all you really need to do. Is just drill their ass and you're good. Or just do like one good rivet shot and they're gone. One good rivet shot to the head and they're done. So, another thing I'm going to be trying for is I'm going to be getting the trophy. I'm going to try to get the trophy where I get all 14 of the upgrade stations. I believe there's 14. There should be. And to get all the upgrade stations or all the weapons upgraded, you cannot upgrade the drill. And it's just such a fucking weird... It's a weird-ass way of programming it. It's so strange because they give you enough power to the people stations to upgrade all your weapons except for the drill. That's it. It's so strange. And I hate it. It bugs the hell out of me because now I have this idea in the back of my head where no matter what playthrough I'm doing, I will not upgrade the drill. I will not upgrade the drill. I've tried it before. I don't really care for it much. But it just seems fucking useless. Unless I'm doing like a drill only run, then I'll upgrade it. Hell yeah, I will. But at that point, that's the only reason I would ever upgrade the drill for. It comes with like a deflection. I think it does like extra damage. I think the third upgrade was like the deflector thing where you can deflect bullets and shit. But you have to use the drill. Like you have to like, you know, charge it up, rev it up pretty much and use it. And actually use fuel to use that. It's pointless. It's completely pointless, I think. That's my opinion. Okay, so don't get pissed at me when I say I think it's useless. You guys might not think it's useless. I think it is. That's my fucking opinion. Don't comment saying stupid shit like, well, you're wrong. Well, okay. I've played this game. I can say what I want. Alright? I've gotten the upgrade for it. I can say what I want about it. I don't like it. It's that simple. I'm not objectively saying that it's useless. I'm just saying, in my opinion, my own personal opinion, I think it's useless. So, there you go. Yeah, like I said, we're not going to upgrade the drill. I'm just going to go with everything else, and that'll be that. So, we're about to head off into the next level, which I forget was the name of. Oh, Ryan Industries, I think that's what it was. Or no, Ryan Amusement. Yeah, Ryan Amusement. We're going to Ryan Amusement next. And then after that, I think it's like Popper's Drop. It's one of those, which Ryan Amusement's actually a pretty decent level, so once we get there, we'll talk more about that one. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time when we play some more Bioshock 2 on hard difficulty with no Vita-Chambers. And as always, take care, everybody.